Throughout this video, I will talk about a few of the most important styles in jazz music. Today we will talk about bebop, hard bop, and jazz fusion. The first kind of modern jazz was bebop, also called bop. In simple words, bebop was the most innovative style of jazz that developed in the 1940s. The songs of this style were characterized by a fast tempo. Three of the most important bebop musicians of all time include Charlie Parker, Dizzy, Dizzy Gillespie, and Max Roach. Charlie Parker was an alto saxophonist that played in many swing bands as a young musician. He was imitated by musicians in the 1940s, and to this day, musicians study his approach. Dizzy was a trumpeter who pushed the limits of the trump by playing fast and nimble melodic lines. Max Roach was a drummer who worked with all of the top jazz musicians in the 1940s, responsible for developing the bebop approach to drums. Bebop started in the early 1940s and lasted approximately 10 years up until 1950s. The style of bebop led to the hard bop style. Hard bop was also a reaction against cool jazz. Cool jazz was mostly white, hard bop was black. Hard bop incorporated influences from rhythm and blues, gospel music and blues, especially in saxophone and piano playing. Three of the most important hard bop musicians include Art Blakey, Clifford Brown, and Herbie Hancock. Art Blakey went on to record dozens of albums with constantly changing group of jazz messengers, which he won a Grammy Award in for the best jazz instrumental performance. Clifford Brown had a short but successful career. He developed a rich, full, and frequently beautiful tone with the trumpet. Herbie Hancock composed the soundtrack for the Bill Cosby animated children's television show Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. Hard bop was most famous in the 1950s and 1960s. Jazz fusion is a musical genre that developed in the late 1960s when musicians combined aspects of jazz harmony and improvisation with styles such as funk, rock, rhythm, and blues and Latin jazz. Three of the most important jazz fusion musicians are Chick Corea, John McLaughlin, and Freddie Hubbard. Chick Corea led the group Return to Forever. Corea played with Miles Davis and went on to fusions of his own. John McLaughlin was born in 1942 and he formed the Mahavishnu Orchestra, an electrifying jazz rock fusion band, and its albums Inner Mountain Flame and Birds of Fire are electric jazz classics. Freddie Hubbard was born in 1938. He was a talented trumpeter, created one of the best electric jazz albums, Red Clay. Red Clay came out in 1970 and captured the attention of many with its spare arrangements and horn solos. Jazz fusion lasted from 1966 to 1982.